Olá, eu sou Guilherme Felice, editor assistente do IDGenal, e nós estamos aqui com a Danah Boyd, a principal destaque desse segundo dia do Digital Age 2.0. What's up, Danah?
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Okay, great. So you like your presentation today?
Hopefully other people liked it. I was glad to be here. I'm thankful that everybody is willing to listen to me, and it was fun to come and be able to say some stuff about what's going on with social network sites.
Okay, so a lot of people was very surprised that you talk about Orkut during your presentation. What's your involvement with Orkut here in Brazil?
Sure. I mean, I have no involvement with in here. I used to work for Google,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been studying social network sites for long before I even worked at Google. Even before then, I started looking at what was happening as different social network sites got picked up around the world. And so I was very aware of what was going on as Orkut kicked off in Estonia, which is
Yeah.
one of the places it kicked off in,
It's very
and
strange.
it
It's
very
very strange.
strange. So I was trying to understand that, and then how it actually hit to Brazil. So when I went to work at Google, I was trying to help them understand what was going on. We were trying to see the dynamics of it, trying to make sense of it. And I was, working on different projects there, and of course I speak no Portuguese
Mm-hmm.
and can't read Portuguese, and I certainly don't live down here, so it was impossible for me to see those dynamics. So I started working with Raquel Recuro, who's a researcher down here. We started looking at different things. She was looking at what was happening on the ground, talking to people, doing the things I couldn't. She looked at a lot of the actual posts. We were, up at Google, we were looking at some of the dynamics of the structure, trying to see how did this happen. And so I figured folks down here would be interested in knowing some of that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just a funny history that people don't talk about very much. And partly is because none of us knew at first. I mean, it was like looking at it long enough and being like, oh, this is interesting, that allowed us to get to some of those dynamics.
So after this research, Google concluded there was three different aspects that Orkut made success here in Brazil, right?
Well, they argued. I mean, there's a ton of different things that they were interested in. I mean, it's important to note that Google as a whole does not have sort of these things. I presented and Raquel presented different things that we thought were really, really important. And they actually, then this is the stuff that I can't really talk about in detail publicly, but they looked at literally who the connectors were,
Mm-hmm.
right, and saw literally the people that kicked it off. But the dynamics that I was able to uncover, with Raquel and with other people was sort of like, okay, first, the expat dynamic, the ability to have something that kicked off in one place and it spread to another. And this has been true of a lot of social network sites, right? Like Friendster didn't start in Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, or Philippines, which is where it's still the most popular site. So how does the expat culture, connected to folks back in their home country, spread that information, and how does that create an interesting symbiotic combination there? So we looked at that, and sure enough, that's how it spread to Brazil in the first place, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was totally expats that had connections back home.